Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it, and I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
To Dining Doodles. We do this each and every Saturday. We put together a drawing stream here live where we do a drawing typically by request. This is in fact a request this week. We have been requested today to do an unmasking request, which we've done a few before, as we have somewhat of a following on DeviantArt, which apparently is into this. Didn't ask for it, we got it. We'll go into it a bit, but alright, hell, we don't need to go into it. We've been in that bit, so we'll go into other stuff today. But yeah, we've got a request today. This is the first time I've done any of the Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss, which are Busy Pop creations. Shout out to Busy Pop; they do an amazing work. Their staff does an amazing work on all their art, animations, and work that they put together there. I love the show. You know, keep doing the work. Yeah. Can't wait to see who's got Hazbin Hotel. It's been quiet for over a year now. Well, almost been quiet for a year. They did some summer art point stuff release this past week or so, but they haven't really announced. They said last year that they had gone to. It's going to someone. We don't know who for Hazbin Hotel. So yeah, no idea who's got it. We are instead today going to be doing the drawing that is requested by our viewer. So we are going to be doing, it is supposed to be Sir Pentious unmasked. So Sir Pentious is the snake guy down here from the series, if you hadn't seen, or the pilot if you hadn't seen it, because the pilot's been out since 2019. I just rewatched it just to, you know, make sure I'm getting things correct. But they want me to unmask Sir Pentious to be Cherri, who in the pilot is in a fight with each other over a turf war. So, I mean, they're having a turf war fight. It's very unique style. In fact, I'm going to be bringing this, to keep this 20 because it's a thin line for them. But it's a very unique style of art for her, and it is a her. It is about to her. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of unique, kind of interesting look into things. So that's what we're being requested to do today, is draw this out. And yeah, we did this sort of sketch this morning, this afternoon. If you all were tuned in last night, we were trying, and I have to state, trying to come complete Persona 5 Royale. We have not completed it because we got extra time. And I mean a lot of extra time, to the point where we did a 10-hour stream and I was like, I'm tired. I have to do the art stream today. We are going to call it here. And so I have slept maybe 4 hours, got up, and then started doing the artwork here, as well as the artwork for the thumbnail today. And did a little bit more artwork this morning. Not much. Kind of been brain numb the afternoon. Kind of starting to feel the lack of sleep hitting me now as I do this stream. But we're gonna push through. We were hinting that we might do something else. We're not, because we're just way too exhausted. I am going to be calling it early tonight, and so I can get some rest and be refreshed for things to do all the artwork I need to do tomorrow for our regular Patreon release. Those who don't know, we do a Patreon. We have a Patreon page, which is Demon Blade, Patreon.com/Demon Blade. You can go there and support all our content, our streams and whatnot. And any person who supports us over $5 gets to have a free comic drawn, or, I mean, well, it's not free, you're paying for it, but you get in the roundup for comic work done. You get in the roundup for all that kind of stuff, and we do that each week. We do try to do a release of that as well. We just had a release, and I'll show Magical Princess War, which is one of our more popular sort of ongoing series that we're doing, which is sort of a fan fiction comic that is, you know, what would happen if all the magical princesses of all time in fiction had one giant battle to go through. And that's basically what it's come down to. You kind of learned in the recent pages what started this whole mess. Literally a sandwich slight. And we're still sort of in the flashback right now of Star Butterfly, because the story focused around initially Star and sort of made its way out. And it's been an interesting story to both write and draw. So, I mean, it's definitely a challenge, because I'm trying to draw a multitude of different people's styles, and learning them from off the fly. So, like today, this being the first time I'm learning how to do Busy Pop's style. So I'm trying to adapt her style in some way as quickly as I can. And she's got a very cartoony yet very detailed style. You'll see as we develop these outfits a little bit further and the characters further, there's a lot of detail in the characters and how they're treated, even though it's very cartoony. So that is what we're doing today. Trying to go on to some of the stuff where I want to talk about. Let's see. I kind of feel like I'm compelled to talk about some of the art news that's been there. We've been talking before about, you know, Marvel Comics and all that, and other comic studios. And last week we talked about Oni Press and the issue they're having with their basically their employees, their artists, not getting paid. Which, yeah, pay your artists, please. Pay your artists. They put in the work. We're not here to do stuff for free. We want, you know, money for our work, because we got to eat, got to sleep, got to have some place to do all that. And if you're not going to pay our bills, we can't work for it, you know? That's as simple as that, you know. And I mean, so many people want free work, and it's all over the place, honestly. Um, One of the jobs I applied to recently, and they didn't mention it until after I had applied, and they were like, "Well, people aren't reading this that it's volunteer." Like, okay, does that mean you're not paying it volunteer? They're like, "Yeah, well, it's volunteer." It's like, no, you have to state it's an unpaid volunteer. You can't just say it's volunteer and not pay the artist. An artist is going to put in their work, state that it's more than volunteer or that it's just unpaid volunteer. Now, if you want to, if you're an artist, you want to get some recognition, hey, that might be a good way. Usually it's not. I hate to say it. Usually those free notations that people do, and it's an ongoing thing that you learn more and more as an artist. A lot of people will be like, hey, I want something free. Well, I need to be able to make a living. This is my job. This is my lifestyle. And you're starting to see sort of that revolt. That, hey, I need to be able to live. I need to have a roof over my head. Can't just sit on a computer in some library living off of air and expect to make money, or expect to make art for you. It's difficult, and that's coming from someone who worked from a library for about a year just to do artwork. But I was at least getting paid for that artwork. Let's see here. Trying to do Sir Pentious as best as I can. Trick is I want to make sure I get room to do the details, and gotta keep track of the details. So let's do that. And so far of Cherri, we're fine. So far. Actually, probably gonna erase the X in her eye, and we're gonna do it we're gonna do it similar to the way they do it in I have another picture of Sir Pentious because I want to see his hands. We are doing the mask on his hands. And this one also had his hood down, so it's like, I don't know if I want to do his hood down or his hood up. I really can't tell with his hands. I know they're black with red spikes to them. Okay, that answers. Always important to have your references as we go over pretty much every time we do these. Especially if you're drawing some fan art, it's important to know what the character looks like. Do you have an idea of what you're drawing? Is this eye sideways, or is the eye looks like it's normal? On over. And I know I haven't heard much from Busy Pop with what's coming. It's weird. I feel like it's almost been a year since we've had content, even with Hell of a Boss. I guess it says it's coming out soon. Hell of a Boss is coming out soon this year. Um, or the next season of Hell of a Boss is coming out next year. But yeah, I'm guessing they're saving it till around Halloween-esque time. Right after the regular fall season stuff. I don't like that. There we go. Much better. Yeah, I could see that, but they kind of ended on a very much of a cliffhanger episode. So, and I will say, most of the time when I work on some of these art pieces, it's of a show that I've either not watched much of, or haven't watched in a long time, or haven't really, cared about in a fandom or whatnot. This one I watch. This one I enjoy. This is a series I've sat down and been like, hey, yeah, it's a good series. I recognized Fizzy Pop's work early on when she was doing her art stuff. I believe college or whatever art school she was in. And I was following her work sort of on there, because one of the things I like to do when I have time, and I did it earlier today, is just look at some of the student art animations or the short animations that people put out there on the web, because you never know. Something out there might be completely the next big thing. I just watched a short animation of the adventure of Pee-Pee, which is a cat who's searching for their princess, and it's sort of like a medieval tale, knight going out to search for it, but it's a cat searching for a princess. And yeah, it's a riot. It's a riot. The creators of that was brilliant work. Love it. Left me laughing. All the way, That's what you gotta do for artists. If you're new and you haven't done anything, get your name out there. That's what this is for me. Get your name out there. Do streams. Do something. Get out there. Share your work. Yeah, you might suck, but you gotta learn. I'd much rather look at somebody's work that they're proud of, that is rough, and be like, that's something I want to see, versus something that is just a continuous copy of somebody else's work. I say that, copying somebody else. But I do my own series. I have my own style. At the same time, while I'm copying somebody else's work right now, in a sense, doing something similar to their work. This is a way to learn. This is a way for me to learn how to do Fizzy Pop style. Let's see. And let's see. do hat, but we're gonna do the hat on her head instead of Sabrina's hat head. It's funny, they made a comment in the pilot, is that hat alive? Well, you don't know. You don't know. But I'm giving it a moment of it being Officer Pentious. So I'll see. Trying to think what else I'm gonna want to talk about. I mean, there's not much I want to go into too depth because it is San Diego Comic-Con right now as I speak, while this is going on. In fact, Marvel is doing their announcements now as we speak. Maybe they finished, I don't know. Needless to say, I'm not expecting much. I heard there's maybe a little tuffle again with some Marvel properties, or something going on, but I haven't really gotten too much in that news. Neokani, no Stardew today. No Stardew today. We will be doing Stardew on Tuesday. Get bored? No, I did not get bored. This is my regular Dining and Doodles. This is a drawing podcast, or drawing stream we do every Saturday, by request. These are requested arts, so this is a requested art piece today. We do this every Saturday around 8. So this has been a regular scheduled one. This was what initially we were brought into streaming for. We've been doing art, and we've been doing these requests for years. But we've had people be like, hey, why don't you do it on live or stream it? Why don't you stream doing these pieces? And most people wanted to see the comics get done streamed. I'm like, it takes a long time. I'd have to do a long stream of me drawing a comic. So it's like, instead of doing a comic, I'll do one image. Zoom out, let me see. All right, this is, like I said, we just started 23 minutes ago, so, but we're working on it. And we're using our references as we go. So. Better than what I can do. I mean, I have to note, I am a trained, certified, and published artist. So I have to denote, I do have that under my handle against other people. So I am trained and published as a cartoonist. Let's see here. I'm trying to do her hair. I can only do animals. Trained to do animals. I mean, it's a good thing. In fact, the first Dining and Doodles I did before I did the stream, somebody asked me to do a cheetah, and we drew it by hand. And I think I had a 20-minute, or not even 20 minute. I had a 15-minute timeline to sketch it out on paper and draw it out on paper. But they wanted a cheetah in a wheelbarrow. It came out pretty well. I know it's somewhere. I'd have to pull it up. But I know I've got a copy of it. And I mean, hell, I got the original somewhere in my collection of stuff. But yeah, some of you that are just discovering me this week, because there's been a lot of people joining in this week, that have been wondering, hey, what are we doing? This is what got us started. We are primarily professional artists. When we do the gaming streams during the day, that's something, hey, I enjoy it. It helps me relax. Unfortunately, tomorrow I'm going to be out, so I'm not going to be able to do anything. And then Monday, we're going to be doing our anime reviews. With 7 versus the World. I do paint animals. I can't do digital art. Is it because you technically can't, or you just don't think you can do it physically. Because, I mean, a lot of people would be surprised what you can do. In fact, I think that should be a Dining and Doodles when I'm feeling up for it. To do a Dining and Doodles in MS Paint. And try to do something amazing in MS Paint. I think that might be a challenge. Actually, let's make that a challenge for a special stream. We'll do that for a special stream. To do an MS Paint Dining and Doodles special stream. So we'll draw something straight out off of MS Paint, and we'll show you all the power that is the base of painting and drawing tools. Because I learned, one of the things I learned how to draw, both computer-wise and by hand. Of course, learned how to draw by hand first, but I learned also how to draw on the computer on a MacBook 2 app. I mean, not MacBook Pro, Macintosh 2, which is the old. I mean, schools probably had it, but I learned how to animate also that way. Looks hard. Why I say I can't do it? It's not that hard. I mean, Busy Pop's got more of a stylized tradition. But if I take out this and take this out, and I mean, basically it's circles combined to make a figure, and then just sort of just feeling it. That's the key, is you need to sort of feel how you want to draw it out. A lot of people have challenges with doing art. It's really a lot simpler than people make it. You just follow. I mean, if you can draw a stick figure, I say you can always draw something. Because if you tune in for last week where we did the birthday stream where we did multiples, and I did one off the cuff of my own character from 11 Kingdoms. So yeah, it's not difficult. It's just, I mean, unfortunately my hand's very shaky because I've not slept much. So I mean, that's not helping my case, but I can do that. It's just layers to get with me. Yeah, well, I mean, layers are gonna always be a challenge. I guarantee you, any professional artist who doesn't sit at home and be like, "Oh crap, I just drew on the wrong layer," is lying to you. Every artist will draw on the wrong layer at one point or another. And I mean, there are some programs you can't do layering. Like I was saying, Paint. With Paint, you can't do layering. You gotta think out what you're drawing from the get-go. Because if you don't, you're gonna have. To quote one of my favorite cartoon lines, "You're gonna have a bad time." Do that, and it's just layers again. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people have issue with how they draw things. And it helps in this case with Busy Pop's work that she uses a lot of pure black. That's why I stick to Canvas and Paint. Canvas and Paint is great. You know, I had sketch pads when I moved to my second apartment. Third apartment. When I moved to my third apartment, I ended up finally getting rid of a bunch of sketch pads because, like, I'm carrying around 15, 20 books, particularly of bad art, and I just tore out the good art, and I was like, I'm gonna toss out the bad and move on, because it's good to collect, have it, but it's also, you got to know when to move on from your collection, and your work. like I said, she does a lot of black, pure black in her style. So I mean, it helps to have some pure black to draw, but at the same time, it confuses the image a bit. I think Sir Pentious is gray in its head, so I bend my art. I mean, that's what I did. I bend it, but it was at one point I had like 5 totes of books that were just art books, and then were markers that were well dried out. You know, paints that I never use. Well, I still have some of the paint. I still have the paint. So I'm like, maybe I'll use the paint. I have ink, you know, fantastic inks that I got in college. I've used once and I never touched them again. It's that concept, you know. I've been my grade up. Well, I have a big portfolio I've owned since I started college. It doesn't zip up anymore. It's that bad, but it's full of a bunch of old art that I keep. I have some other places I keep some of my old portfolio art. But the bad stuff I had to get rid of because it was just like way too much in the room or in the home. All right, actually, the cat has a mouth and not a brim, so we need to, and it's going to be going like this. It's going to be in a bit of a panic. Alright, we're going to do Cherri's bombs. Trying to just sketch them out. I'm going to use circles for them, though. The best way to get them in here. In my high school art, and then in college, I'd done carpenter. Well, I mean, I learned some carpentry. When I was in high school, I did stage crew, of all things. I wasn't just, I could have gone in the arts club, but I actually didn't go into the art club. I went into the stage crew, and I did all my art on stage, both in drawing and putting it up on the stage physically. So I learned basic carpentry for that, and then when I had a sign job, I had to do some carpentry. So I've learned carpentry. It's, you know, it's a very handy skill to have. That and cooking. Learn cooking, learn carpentry. Learn how to repair a car if you can, because I'm going through a situation right now where my car has not been in my possession for almost a month. Now, given, I would suggest, you know, if you got a problem like me, you probably do need somebody more professional looking at it. But learn how to do some of your, you know, some of the basics for your home and needs. Because you never know, you know. Let's see here. Still got to do the eyes on the tail. This is going to be probably a short one, because it's going to be a very basic Busy Pop-like background. We're not going to go probably all 2 hours, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I am not on the right layer. Need to fix that part right here. Let's let's get the gray of his suit while we're at it. And I messed up. Okay, I need that part. I have hope one thing for every subject. Corinne, do you ever think about your own mortality? You've asked me that every day, Corey. I think you've asked me that since Wednesday. Yes, I do. I do. I'm gonna answer it the same way I've done it every day this week. Yes, I do. You've got to think of your own life. What you leave behind and what you make of your life. I'm so exhausted I can't draw a straight line. Well, technically use a curved one. Tired. Go. Clean those up. And I'll look at that later. Or simply trolling. I got you. I don't mind the trolling. It's just kind of like, oh, hey, how you doing? That's how you enter into the room. So yeah, normally, I talk about what's going on in the week, but like I said, I haven't paid much attention. Well, I paid attention, but it's not really anything or much I want to talk about. I want to stay away from politics as much as I can. Just in general, because it keeps people happier. This is not the place if you want, opinions in politics. I try not to carry them in most of my work. Because, hey, the idea is we're here to have some escapism. That's what this is. If you want politics, go find a political channel. We're here to just enjoy ourselves. I've done one thing for every subject. What, a Bennett? Nakani? Bennett? Ben books or something for them? Or do a sketch pad for every subject? I know I got bored a lot in high school. In school general. He used to say I had attention deficit. And then when people learned or, saw me, they're like, no, you don't really have it. You're just bored. It's like, yeah, exactly. I would go to school, pretty much I would learn something. And I think I came around to it in high school, and this is something I carried on in college. If you want a surefire, comment in regards. W. Thank you, Fearless Wings. If you want a surefire way to succeed in high school, college, any school that's not technically a cheat, but it's kind of a cheat to teachers, and playing on their emotions. This is something I learned, and it helped because I learned it because I have a mother who's a teacher, and I had a family who was teachers. Pretty much they expected me to be a teacher. Yeah, it's one of the things I learned. Play up dumb at the beginning of the year. Play up that you don't know squat. And then when you come in the subject and you slowly improve through the year, but you know the subject, you know you're going to just automatically get some things wrong and improve. And what's going to happen is your grade's going to go up. because it plays on the emotion of the teacher thinking that they're doing a great job uh, improving this one student. Uh, when in actuality, this one student is outsmarting the teacher. If you can do it, do it. I mean, there are subjects I genuinely screwed. Had a difficult time in. I was not good with vocabulary. I was not good. Um, with grammar and vocab. That was two things I always sucked at. Because I did have what is it? I am dyslexic, so of course I mix the words together at times when I read them. But I mean that's fairly common, so I mean it's not that difficult. You can find ways around it. And it always made me laugh that I went in the field of that I was told back in pretty much in middle school I'd never succeed at being a creative. They said, "You have no creativity at all." And I was like, "Really? Let me show you." And since then, I've drawn books, I've worked as a professional artist, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's cool and enjoyable and whatnot. Show people up. I mean, show them. That's the key. Show them up. Make sure that they think that they know you and surprise them. Be better than they expect you. Actually, I want to make his head round. That's just the brim of his hat up there. So I think we remove his hat. I'm not going to put his eyes in there. We're going to do sort of what we do with our mask drawings that people ask of off of DeviantArt. Yeah, show people up. Find a subject that you can show people on, and they will learn that don't take you for granted. You're important. Do what's good. Your work. Be creative with your life. That's the key. We still got to do the eyes on the hood. But yeah, for those who are tuning in now or later, because I know the Dining and Doodles usually gets a lot more audience after the stream. We have changed the schedule up a bit. We are going to be no longer doing storytime reads, which we're doing on Thursdays. We're going to be doing a couple more gaming streams per week, at least for a few weeks. We're going to be doing probably maybe a little bit more art streams here and there, but they're going to be on the moment. I know I've been promising them for for months now, but we're finally getting to them. We're going to be focusing around what people like on our site and trying to promote that, which is the key to succeed. Find what you're good at and doing that. Challenge, keep doing that, but hey. All right. Do the eyes, and then I'll do color the hood, but let's go ahead and color of the let's see. And I think it's a smaller one here. Kind of just being freehand with the eyes, because I'm starting. I'm so delusional with sleep. I'm starting to see a little bit of wavy lines. Uh, must sleep. Yeah, you ever want a natural high? Just don't sleep for a while. You'll get a natural high. I know at one point in my life I went 4 days without sleep and without eating, and I was pretty messed up at the time. But when I slept hard because I was dead tired. And I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. I'm probably going to sleep in I mean, given we ended the stream around 6:30 this morning from last night, we pretty much called it because we're like, I can't physically keep doing this. So I was like, I'll come back. We are going to have another completion of the Persona 5 Royale, because yeah, there's a lot more than I thought there was. Way more than I thought there was. But we'll work on it. We'll probably have that on Thursday. Complete up our Thursday stream. We'll probably do that Thursday. We'll do Stardew on Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe this week. And I don't know what we'll do Friday yet. We might try to finish up Spider-Man, because we tried to do that. We never really went back to it. I was getting copyright notices about the music in the game on that one. You could also go back to Minecraft. That's another thing we could do. Alright, I need to now focus on Cherri more than Sir Pentious, because Sir Pentious is mostly done. Well, I gotta do his suit, but I think his suit color looks. She pretty much uses basics on color schemes and characters. So there's one set color for each character or something. Apprentice is that gray, the red, and the yellow. Alright. So we're going to focus on Cherri. Alright, I think her eyebrow does look a little thicker, so we're going to probably make her eyebrow thick. Here. I'm probably going to... I think I'm going to do a wave to it. Let's make it a little bit more sly looking. So let's grab the eraser bit. Curve. Alright, does she have any distinguishing lashes? Well, she's got the spike lash on her eye. So let's make that a little bit larger. And how do you look sly with one eye? I mean, it's basically it. I mean, it's a challenge sometimes in art to think through what things look like. Now, she always does X's on most of the characters. So most of the characters have an X somewhere on their body, or somewhere in their setup. I don't know if there's one on Sir Pentious. I really don't. Let's bring up the colors so I can do Cherri a little bit better. Here. I want to get her teeth going already here. One layer. Alright. Pink is red. And we're going to use yellow in her hair. X. All right. And do we get a look at her ponytail? Kind of just a triangle. Let me see. I'm gonna look at some of the other pictures here while I'm on here. It's a little bit more freer. It depends on how she's drawing her, honestly, on whether or not it's more of a triangle point or if it's more free style. I kind of like the frizzy freestyle. It's kind of what I do with my own character, her ponytail, and technically in the current issue, Tetsu has it as well. Let's go with the deepest color first. Go with this color. And we'll work our way out. I don't see her air point. I think that's supposed to be that. I'm gonna go with color. I know it's supposed to be reddish. And her skin is white. It's off-white. Add her freckles in. So, all right. Go ahead and add the freckles actually now. Otherwise, I might forget them. They're very important in Cherri. Alright. Reason I went with dark color first is because there is a transition, but it's airbrush transition. I'm gonna kind of airbrush the hair from the light to the dark. Easier by trying to pick some of the light area. And kinda probably would have dark right under the hat, but we're gonna do give her a little bit of Daz on her and the inside of her hair. Alright, we do the stripes on the suit before we too far into doing background. We need to color her cherry bombs. That last Here's here. Um, I don't. Yeah, I mean, there's not much I really want to talk about with it. We kind of been talking about it a little bit on the streams earlier this week. But, I mean, there's not much in the news, because this is usually where I kind of let loose on what's going on in the world. There's not much really to talk about this week. It's been one of those weeks, while it seems like there's so much that's happened to talk about that I talk about. A lot of nothing's happened. I mean, I'm not surprised that San Diego Comic-Con's not doing that great. Even though it's a con and a lot of people are back at them, no one wants to go to Comic-Con because it's just a promo. It's become nothing but a Hollywood sham thing. I'm gonna do the eye on one strip, stroke of a larger pen. It's literally just become a Hollywoodized thing, and why would I want to keep going and watching something? I think that's the same with a lot of people. Comic-Con is just not that interesting. The little sparks coming off of her bombs. It'll show up better when we get to doing the background. Well, since we got a lot of light, and from what I saw, it's a lot of reds in Hazbin Hotel. A lot of use of red. Let's see here. I'm missing one. Now. Let's add in, I do have a brief, this was me just trying to work out an idea for a background. I just wanted to do an explosion in the background. Since there's a lot of reds, I want to kind of contrast it with cool, but tonish red, so reddish purple, we're going to do for the explosions. I'm literally going to do just do, first off, do a couple layers here. I can get this. Let's draw a few purple circles. All the same color, but a little bit different sizes. And we're going to just take the next color of purple and kinda, well, all right, kind of just doing a little bit of touch with the purple, and we're going to go over it again in a bit. I just kind of want to go through the area. We're going to use our curve tool. Let's actually take it up to 20. We're going to just curve it around. Maybe let's go. Kind of do the same a little bit here. Kind of out of practice of doing it. I need to do one and be. Yes. That's definitely a color. Here. Let's bring. I don't want to do another run over there. Let's bring there. Actually, let's bring some explosive streaks out on the bottom. Maybe something a little bit over here that's dark but has a little bit of light. Dark there. There. A little bit of light comes here. Let's do. Here's our reds. We'll do a dark red background below, behind it. Let's see. Probably do bright reds. Alright, I know I'm tired, come on. That, maybe even do some lighter streaks with a harder brush. And we'll do, let's see, we're going to take this purple, going to duplicate it. I don't know what the hell that noise is. What the hell is that noise? Hold on. Alright, it's gotta be on my end. I don't know what the hell I'm hearing. Hold on. No, it's not that. Where the hell is this music coming from? I really want to know. That's really weird. Okay, let's do. Let's take the same drawing, we'll do it color burn, maybe. Do it in a. Add some sparkles. Sparkly brush. I really don't know what this music is. If I get a copyright strike, I don't know what it's coming from. And it's really, really loud. I really don't get it. It. Yeah, this is weird. Where is this music coming from? Alright, let's take this. Ish. Ah! No! No, that sucks. Maybe. Extend the brights here a little bit of the reds. Brush, airbrush stuff. I really don't know what the sounds come from. It's weird. It's like I've got music coming in from somewhere. Let's finish up here. And well, actually, I mean, pretty much we are to the end here. I'm going to jump to, like I said, it's going to be a short stream tonight because I'm tired. We're going to jump to sponsor, see if this music stops. It didn't. Wow. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if you guys can hear it. All right. Sponsor tonight, as always, it's Built Bar. I absolutely love them. I have one of the Puff Bars earlier today. They are absolutely nutritious. Well, I won't say a candy bar / protein bar is what you need in life, but my God, I need these in life. They are made with real dark chocolate, made with real flavor to make the focus on the flavors first. They are a protein bar, but they are also a good candy bar replacement. Low sugar, low fat, low calorie, low carbs, but 100% good in taste and also in what's in it. The protein is usually around 17 grams. It's pretty high. So check them out. Go to built.com, use the promo code EmbryArts. Get your order of Built bars at 10% off. That's built.com, promo code EmbryArts. Great product here. Again, yeah, this was a sort of a quick V-draw today. I was hoping to maybe do a second one today because I knew this was going to be a short one. But at the same time, I am just spent. All these streams we've done today, this week, as well as doing my regular art schedule, trying to find more work to do and all that. It's just worn me down. So I hope you all got to enjoy this nice little short stream today, which is Dining and Doodles. We do this again each and every Saturday. They are request drawings. So people, if you want to request something, leave it in the comments. We'll, add it to our list to draw. We have a bunch coming up in the next few weeks that are from requests that we've gotten right after the streams. So I'm going to be compiling the list probably tomorrow to see where we got and who's the running for what week each for the next few weeks. But I'll see you until then. I hope you all have a wonderful week. A wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful year. Good night, everybody.